Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This is a show dedicated and inspired by the idea of using joy itself as a technology to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives. We're a show aimed at entrepreneurs and those who simply want to live like a boss. This morning, we're talking about the intersection between visualization and productivity. So get ready for a great show. As you may also be able to discern from the show's title, we're also interested in the idea of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on the show to start their own business that they may be able to eventually manifest the resources to fund that dream project, that passion project, that thing that heretofore they've been unable to manifest for lack of being able to identify a bank loan or a funding angel. And so please go to productivethroughjoy.com. We offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting, and also, of course, we speak at schools, organizations, and universities. All right, again, we're talking today about a really important topic: visualization and productivity, a really, really powerful technology which can be, of course, employed by those who are looking to live like a boss. All right, let me say a few words about myself before we continue. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were also optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which will be out this February 2018 in bookstores everywhere from Third World Press. Very excited about that. Also, the former executive director of the World Stage, a literary and jazz venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful divorcee at the age of a month. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. So listen, difficult times for the young MD. But as Kool Mo D famously said, how you like me now, right? And if I can be that productive and this productive through joy, given my circumstance, many of us can be equally productive. In fact, that inspires the show in many ways. Listen, a lot of us come from hardship situations, and those hardships give us a legitimate reason for why we cannot ball. But we're here to say, to show you, and to tell you, and to demonstrate that we can ball regardless of our station, of our starting off station in life, and our current station. Because when we can ball from difficulty, when we can have success out of difficult circumstances, it inspires other people to know they can do it as well. And that's a great service that we would like to embrace for all people who are like me and like us, who come from difficulty. All right. So today, again, we're talking about a really important topic of visualization and productivity, and what is the intersection between those two entities, and especially how it can really help us become more productive in our personal and professional lives. All right. We'll jump into that topic in just a few moments. Please go to, if you're enjoying the show, please go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us, or go to michaeldatcher.com. Again, we offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting, and we also, of course, speak at universities, schools, and organizations. We have an incredible live program, in-person program that is very, very dynamic, and we have a special love and interest in helping the youth, because we understand that those young folks are the future to the abundance of this country and the globe itself. So if you especially are working with the younger folks, college and high school and younger generation, we have a special program for you as well. All right. So in the morning show, we like to also talk about the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. As we know, at times we go to sleep at night with trouble on our mind, right? And as a result, that trouble follows us into our dream state, and we find ourselves literally waking up with that trouble on our mind again. And that begins to be our pattern. We go to bed, wake up, go through our day with trouble, And when you have that trouble on your mind, it creates, as we know, as full-fledged adults, anxiety and stress. And as we also know through modern science, stress is a killer. I mean, that's a scary thought because many of us are stressed the hell out. It can kill you. And you probably know people who have hypertension, have heart disease, but stress doesn't just, although people, because that's a more common connection between stress and dis-ease. It deals with the heart oftentimes, but stress is not, heart disease is not the only um, reason, only way in which stress destroys bodies. Even with a cursory research, cursory knowledge of stress, I encourage you to examine that in your spare time. You do not want to live a life that's stressed because it will destroy you in so many ways. So we help people to deal with that stress uh, because folks who are entrepreneurs and also for those who want to live like a boss who are kind of going forward in life, at times it involves dealing with money. And that can add extra stress to your life, making payroll, being sued, all the things you deal with when you're an entrepreneur. Um, it can really impact you. So we talk about framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined in this context, in this specific context, as basically doing the same thing at around the same time. So let me share my morning ritual with you to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual indoor business books. I do our show now at 4:45 a.m. here on Facebook Live, and then at 4:45 p.m. On YouTube, and then 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. What am I saying? Oh, I'm in the morning part of the show. At 5, I work on my current novel until sunrise, which is around 6 a.m. here on the West Coast. And then I go meditate. I live here at the beach at Venice Beach, California. I go to the beach. I bring my drum. I meditate. I pray. I do yoga. It's a very powerful time. I come back. I work on my book a while longer. Then I go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica Superior. Then come back all the way back to Venice to go to run to my gym, Gold's Gym, to get my workout in and get my buff on. So by 9:30, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and I leverage that endorphin release to move me towards my goals and objectives, which of course for me involve consulting, real estate, and publishing. We're not saying do what I do, but we are saying do something, because life happens to almost all of us every damn day. And if you aren't doing something every damn day to get ready for it, you're not maximizing your opportunities for success. You know, most of us who are really trying to manifest our dreams, listen, it's not a small thing. I mean, it's work and stress, and it's a lot. You know, you're dealing with doubt and fear. It's you have to be on your game if you're really serious about it. So we help people to think about it, that framing your day in that context. So as a part of my current reading, I'm reading two great books. One is called The Nag. Let me show you the covers of the books here. I'm reading The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a book of ancient scriptures. Really powerful, powerful book. I'm also reading, what's happening here? Sorry. I'm also reading a book by Jen Sincero called You Are a Badass at Making Money, which is a funny, interesting, super insightful, real book about having a wealth mindset. And from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant, which I think about throughout my day, place on my phone, and also create the morning and afternoon shows. So today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, love inspires me to visualize abundance, art, and justice. Then I manifest abundance, art, and justice. Once again, the morning chant for today on the 16th of November is, as a meditating natural mystic, love inspires me to visualize abundance, art, and justice. Then I manifest abundance, art, and justice. All right. So I place it on my phone. I place that ideal on my phone. I contemplate throughout the day and also create the morning and afternoon show. The morning show here, of course, on YouTube. So today we're talking about visualization and productivity. Again, if you're enjoying the show, please swipe right or left across your device to invite people to join the conversation. Please share this on your social media outlets. Please become a subscriber at the Michael Datcher channel, where, of course, this show emanates each weekday morning at 4:45 a.m. And also go to Productive Through Joy. Bring Me Out. You know, we do a very, very powerful live program around becoming more productive and using joy itself as a technology. Really inspirational program, especially we find to be really effective with the youth, primary, secondary, college students, and also, of course, organizations. Let's dive into the topic for today. So, visualization and productivity. Point one is that you want to be in the habit of practicing visualization, right? You want to be in the habit of practicing visualization. Now, we do that in a way already, when we daydream, or when we are concerned, or almost like for some of us, when we nightmare dream, when we visualize, oh my God, worst case scenarios. Um, or we daydream, or we fantasize, right? So that's a kind of visualization. And so we do that already. And you also want to make your visualization a part of your day-to-day life throughout your day, right? So what does that mean? And so you want to think about the idea of embracing a meditation practice, because in the meditative practice, you can actually use that time of stillness, to visualize the life that you want. Now, at times, there's lots of misinformation about meditation. At times, you'll hear that it's about clearing your mind, which, in a way, that's true. But in my system of meditation, which is an ancient Egyptian or Kemetic system, that's not how they conceptualize it. In fact, they conceptualize it not as clearing the mind, but as going inside and tapping into the God, the energy that is everywhere, including inside of yourself. And as a part of that particular process, also visualizing qualities and aspects of who you are and who you want to be. And just as a quick sidebar, so the hieroglyphs that maybe many of you have heard about was a spiritual technology, a spiritual language that the ancient Egyptians used to visualize. So you may know some of these figures, like the Ankh is a pretty common symbol. People call it the Egyptian cross, or the acrostic cross, which kind of resembles a cross with a head on the top, kind of an oval on the top. That's a symbol which means essentially life or aliveness. And so, for example, in my system, you would visualize that moving through your body, bringing you aliveness, right? Another symbol is the Kepra, which is a symbol kind of for fertility or abundance, is a way of thinking about it. You would visualize that Kepra on your body, moving through your body, creating the spirit of abundance, right? Or another symbol is called the UAS scepter. It's known in pop culture because that's the staff that you see oftentimes in medical facilities, or on the ambulance, that staff with the snake around it. That's an Egyptian concept, and that staff is called the UAS scepter. And you visualize that moving through your body to heal unease or disease. So that's a simplified version of what happens. But through that visualization process, because an image truly is worth 1,000 words, there's such power when you encode those images with meaning. They have more power. I'm not sure why that's even true. At times, people who aren't really actually for racist purposes, at times would talk about the Egyptians being polytheistic, or worshiping these idols. That's so far not what's happening at all. They were simply tapping into the power encoded into those images. So, in my system, and there are many effective systems of meditation, we visualize using these spiritual technologies various aspects of who we want to become. But the point is that it's a practice, which goes into point two. As you begin to practice visualization, you can then begin to literally demonstrate. You begin to see what you're visualizing come to manifest. I do this. This has happened to me dozens of times, scores of times. And each time I visualize a thing, see it in my mind, and then that thing manifest, it is extremely powerful, which goes into point three. Once you begin to do it, visualize and then manifest, begin to demonstrate that it actually works, you begin to believe in it more. Here's the rub. The more you believe in what you're visualizing, the faster it happens, and the more power the meditation has. You have to believe in it. People call it faith in the Christian tradition. It's the same thing. You have to believe at times in things that are unseen in the world of phenomena for now. All right? Right. And so when those things are combined, a practice with belief and consistency, you begin to manifest more productivity, and it is obvious and it is definite, and that's how your life begins to change. Boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here. We air each weekday morning, hella early. That's it for the show here at YouTube, 4:45 a.m. And then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook. We're a show aimed at entrepreneurs and those who simply want to live like a boss. Thanks for being here. Please go to productivethroughjoy.com. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting. We also speak to large groups, of course, universities, schools, and organizations. Have us come out, go to productivethroughjoy.com or simply go to michaeldatcher.com. But definitely go to the YouTube channel if you're seeing this from a different resource, a different source, and become a subscriber. Get all these videos, guys. It's a game changer. Thanks for being here. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook for a whole different show. That's how we roll. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.